Welcome to our channel. Today, we're taking you on a beautiful journey through the life of one of the greatest voices the world has ever heard, Luciano Pavarotti. Known as the King of the High Seas, Pavarotti wasn't just a singer. He was a legend, a symbol of beauty and music, and a man who brought opera to millions of people across the globe. So sit back, relax, and join us as we explore the incredible story of Luciano Pavarotti, his humble beginnings, his rise to global fame, and the legacy he left behind. Luciano Pavarotti was born on October 12, 1935, in the small Italian town of Modena. His family lived modestly. His father was a baker with a beautiful tenor voice, and his mother worked in a cigar factory. Though money was tight, the Pavarotti home was rich in music. Records of great opera singers filled the air, and from a young age, Luciano absorbed their power and emotion. He sang in the local church choir and dreamt of a life far beyond the narrow streets of his hometown. At first, he considered a career in teaching or soccer, but the magic of music never let go of him. Encouraged by his father and driven by passion, Pavarotti began formal vocal training, laying the foundation for one of the greatest careers in music history. Pavarotti's debut came in 1961 in the role of Rodolfo in Puccini's La Bohème, performed in Reggio Emilia. The audience was stunned by his voice. Bright, full of emotion, and incredibly powerful. That night was the first sign that a new star had arrived in the opera world. In the following years, Pavarotti refined his technique and widened his repertoire. He was not an overnight sensation, but his dedication and unmatched voice brought him steady recognition. His talent quickly caught the attention of opera houses across Europe, and soon, his performances were drawing international acclaim. By the mid-1960s, Pavarotti had already performed in several important European opera houses. But his true international breakthrough came with his 1965 debut at the Metropolitan Opera in New York, where he replaced an ill Giuseppe Di Stefano in Donizetti's Lucia di Lammermoor. Audiences in New York witnessed the arrival of a powerful, passionate tenor who could soar with grace and shake the walls with strength. Critics praised his brilliant high notes and natural stage presence. London's Royal Opera House, the Met, and La Scala soon became regular homes for Pavarotti, and he became a favorite among opera lovers around the world. One of the most iconic moments of Pavarotti's career came in 1972 when he performed the role of Tonio in Donizetti's La Fille du Regiment at the Met. In this opera, the tenor must sing 9 high Cs in one aria. Pavarotti delivered them flawlessly, earning 17 curtain calls and the nickname, King of the High Seas. This performance marked a turning point in his career. It was the moment when he crossed from being admired into becoming legendary. His ability to hit and hold those high notes without strain or hesitation made him unique. It was a gift very few possessed and none matched with his warmth and charm. By the 1980s and 1990s, Pavarotti had become much more than an opera singer. He was a cultural icon. He sold out opera houses, concert halls, and eventually stadiums. He believed that opera shouldn't only belong to the elite, but to everyone. His open personality and inviting presence helped break the stereotype of opera as something too difficult or exclusive. Whether he was singing Verdi, Puccini, or Neapolitan songs, Pavarotti brought emotion, accessibility, and power to his music. He appeared on television, radio, and in commercials, expanding his fan base far beyond traditional opera-goers. In 1990, Pavarotti joined fellow tenors Placido Domingo and José Carreras to form the Three Tenors. Their first concert, held on the eve of the FIFA World Cup final in Rome, was watched by millions. It became a global sensation and one of the best-selling classical albums of all time. The trio's chemistry, charisma, and unmatched voices brought opera to millions of people who had never experienced it before. They sang arias, popular songs, and ballads with passion and unity. The Three Tenors broke down cultural and musical barriers, and their performances became major international events. Luciano Pavarotti never limited himself to one kind of music. Through his Pavarotti and Friends concerts, he collaborated with pop and rock musicians like Elton John, Celine Dion, Bono, Mariah Carey, and even the Spice Girls. These concerts were more than musical experiments. They raised millions for humanitarian causes. Critics were divided on his cross-genre work. Some opera purists disapproved, but the public loved it. Pavarotti didn't mind the criticism. He believed that music should bring people together, and his collaborations reached audiences who had never heard a note of opera before. He proved that great music knows no boundaries. In his later years, Luciano Pavarotti began to slow down, but his love for performing never faded. He launched a global farewell tour in 2004, giving fans a final chance to hear his legendary voice live. Despite facing health challenges, including back surgery and eventually cancer, he continued to sing with great passion. Each concert felt more emotional than the last, as audiences realized they were witnessing the end of an era. In 2006, he performed his last public piece, Nessun Dorma, at the Winter Olympics in Turin. It was a breathtaking moment. Pavarotti, standing in the snow, delivering the final notes with all the strength he had left. A year later, he passed away peacefully in his hometown of Modena. The world had lost a giant, but his voice remained a living memory in the hearts of millions. Even after his death, Luciano Pavarotti's legacy continues to grow. His recordings are still among the best-selling classical albums of all time. Young tenors today study his performances to understand technique, passion, and power. His voice lives on in countless films, documentaries, and television shows. In his hometown of Modena, a museum and music center were created in his honor, filled with his personal items, costumes, and awards. The Pavarotti Foundation, led by his family, supports new talent and music education worldwide. His charity work, especially through Pavarotti and Friends, raised millions for causes such as war refugees and children's health. More than just an opera star, Pavarotti became a symbol of generosity and joy. He proved that music could bring people together, heal wounds, and break down walls. His legacy is one of beauty, kindness, and the power of a single human voice. Luciano Pavarotti's voice had the power to stop time. Whether it was a delicate aria or a soaring crescendo, his tone touched something deep inside the listener. Few artists in history have reached as many people as he did, from opera lovers to casual fans, from royalty to everyday workers. His performances were not just about skill, they were about soul. Songs like Nessun Dorma, O Sol Mio, and Ave Maria are now inseparable from his name. He gave opera a face and a heart that the entire world could recognize. Even those who never attended an opera house came to admire him. Every time someone presses play on one of his songs, his spirit sings again. Pavarotti didn't just perform music. He lived it, breathed it, and gave it to the world. And in return, the world will remember him forever. Luciano Pavarotti was more than just a performer. He was a voice of hope, passion, and connection. He took opera from grand theaters to the streets, from elite circles to the hearts of everyday people. He showed us that music has no borders and that one man, with enough dedication and heart, can truly move the world. His legacy is not just in the notes he sang, but in the lives he touched. If you felt goosebumps hearing his voice, you know the magic is real. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite Pavarotti performance or memory. Let's celebrate the legend who brought the world closer, one breathtaking note at a time.